Hello again. In this video, I want to talk a little bit about a narcissist and their friends. So if you're going into a relationship or you're evaluating a relationship to try to see if you're dealing with that level of pathology, here are some things that I experienced. Now, first, I want to stress I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist. There are plenty of videos on YouTube from professionals that I encourage you to watch. But I'm just telling you about my experience because what I found when I was coming out of this and trying to just figure out what had happened is just matching up stories and seeing some consistent behavior to see if something um, had a common thread. So anyway, when you're first going into the relationship, if you're dealing with a narcissist, and I only am talking about covert narcissists. Grandiose narcissists wear me out so quickly that I couldn't stay around them for about maybe 20 minutes and I'm exhausted. But covert narcissists, I'm very vulnerable to. The one thing that I noticed, well, I noticed many things, but one of the things I noticed was how they treated their friends. And I'm talking about friends that they've had for some length of time. Now, they're probably, if they are a narcissist, they're probably not going to have a lot of friends. They may have a lot of acquaintances, but the relationships are not going to have a lot of substance. They can go huge amounts of time without interacting with somebody, and when they do, it's a very superficial interaction. Generally, what they're after, they always need something. They always need something. And it may be more than just the energy that you're supplying or a friend is supplying. They may need a place to live. They may need somebody to co-sign on a loan. They may need to make sure they stay in relationship with this person because they need a future job recommendation. Let's see, what else? A place to live, that kind of business. The one thing that I noticed consistently was that the person I was dealing with was extremely dismissive of other friends. Now, he treated me great, especially at the beginning of the thing. And it never got so bad because I didn't stay with him a whole long time because these kinds of things were sort of adding up in my head. But he was extremely dismissive of some people who were doing some fantastic things for him. I mean, they were bending over backwards to make his life better. And he was just consistently basically crapping on them. And that gave me a lot of pause. The other thing that I noticed, or another thing that I noticed, was that he was always focused on winning. And he would even be focused on winning against me. And I was the one in a relationship with him. Now, I firmly believe that life is not a zero-sum game. But somebody else has to lose in order for them to be okay. And sometimes that's you. And they do this a lot at work. They won't use the term winning at work, but they do this a lot at work. The other thing about their friends is that when I would interact with his friends, which I didn't do a whole lot because I didn't like the environment and the energy, I would notice that it was just sort of a really low quality interaction and mental energy or spiritual energy between them. There was nothing that was, they were building one another up, even in some little level. It was just always just kind of this sort of bizarre subsistence kind of interaction. And I encourage you to remember two things, well, maybe more than two, but definitely trust your body. If you are having an emotional reaction sometimes to this person or their behavior, your body is telling you there's something wrong and that you need to pay closer attention to it. Um, and the other thing I would encourage you to do is look for inconsistent behavior. So if it's so good and then all of a sudden it's just something bizarre that doesn't match that, you're not getting the true picture. And you need to just look for more information. And I will also suggest that you're not seeing the real person if that's what's happening. Um, so just watch for those things. And to remember, um, look for videos from the professionals that are on this on YouTube. And if you are ending a relationship, no contact, because they know how to trigger you. They know how to work your emotion and your ego so that you're getting revved up, and you need to remove yourself from that so that they can't get to that trigger. So anyway, I hope that helps, and more later.